The Marion Soil and Water Conservation District brings you the 2017 K-5 grade Mural Art Contest, Forest for People, more than you can imagine. What is the oldest living thing around you today? If you answered your grandmother, or perhaps that nice old man who lives down the street, you would be wrong. What do you think the correct answer is? Would you believe it is a tree? Yes, trees are some of the oldest living things on the earth today. People can live to be as old as 108 years or so, but trees live for hundreds and even thousands of years. The picture seen here is of an old oak tree, which is several hundred years old. But one of the world's oldest living trees is said to be over 5,000 years old. It is a bristlecone pine tree, like the two seen here, and it supposedly grows in the state of California. Isn't that amazing? What is a forest? Can you tell me? A forest is a large area dominated by trees. There are many kinds of forest and many different kinds of trees. This is a picture of some palm trees. And here is a picture of a saguaro forest. The saguaro is not a tree, but a cactus plant. But people often call them trees because they grow so tall, and because many of these cacti plants grow large arms or branches. The area in which they live is called a saguaro forest because there are so many of these cacti plants growing in the area. Many forests grow naturally without any help from man. Other forests have been created by man. In the Pacific Northwest, where we live, our forests are composed of a variety of evergreen trees. What does it mean for a tree to be evergreen? That's right, they stay green all year long, nearly forever, or at least during their lifetime. Evergreen trees hold on to their leaves all year round. Fir trees, pine trees, and hemlock trees are all evergreen. Our forests also have several varieties of deciduous trees too. What does the word deciduous mean? That's right, deciduous trees are like the opposite of an evergreen tree. They actually drop their leaves in winter time. Some of the deciduous trees you will find in our forest are big leaf maple and vine maple trees, sometimes called viney maples. Trees provide forest with an upper canopy, which is very much like an umbrella. But forests are much more than the trees alone. They also include smaller plants and shrubs that we refer to as understory plants. The understory, or low-growing plants we typically find in the Pacific Northwest include flowering plants like rhododendrons, bleeding hearts, trillium, and shooting star, along with a large variety of green fern. The plants that grow beneath the trees in the forest understory are different and unique in every forest. That's because the plants and trees depend upon different variables like soil types, elevation, water availability, and temperature. What kinds of things do people like to do in a forest? Hike or walk, go camping in a tent, a trailer, or simply in a sleeping bag on the ground. Watch for birds. Ski, build snow people, climb fallen trees and logs, search for banana slugs, bugs, and funny-looking mushrooms. Look for wildlife. Maybe you'll see a squirrel, a raccoon, some chipmunks, bear, deer, elk, coyote, or other animal hiding about. Why are forests important to people? Besides being fun places to go for hiking, camping, and fishing, why else are they important to us? Can you name some actual things forests give us? Trees give us wood, and from the wood we make many things like houses, barns, schools, tables, chairs, newspapers, paper towels, napkins, baseball bats, wooden skateboards, and more. Wood is also burned for its heat to keep us warm and to create the energy needed to power many kinds of machinery. How can we protect our forests from fire? When we camp, we can make sure our fires are put out completely before leaving our campsites. We can be very careful when using matches or lighters. As Smokey the Bear says, only you can prevent forest fires. Animals do not play with fire. They do not use matches or lighters. Only man does. So please be careful around fire to protect yourself, the animals, and our forest from harm. Forests and other areas of land are often destroyed by a powerful force we call Mother Nature, and not by man. These naturally occurring events include volcano eruptions, earthquakes, flash floods, and forest fires. Fortunately, Mother Nature loves her earth and has put in place some safeguards to assure that the earth and her forest will be restored and will regrow again. Many seeds of trees and plants will only germinate or begin to grow once they have become exposed to extreme temperatures like snow and ice or the heat from a fire. Other seeds lay buried within the soil and will not grow because they lack sunlight. Earthquakes and floods can disturb the soil, providing them the source needed to bring forth new plants. Small animals and birds also help to replant our forest by bringing seeds and nuts into the once destroyed area. The state of Vermont has many different kinds of maple trees. Maple trees give us beautiful wood and have colorful leaves. The forests in Vermont are very different from ours here in the Pacific Northwest. Besides the beautiful leaves and wood, what else does the maple tree give us? Here's a clue. What do people like to put on top of pancakes and waffles? Yes, syrup. Maple trees give us maple syrup. The sap from trees is used to create paint varnish. Turpentine is also a byproduct of trees. The bark from some trees is used to make medicine. And the nuts from trees are a source of food for people and animals. The state of Colorado has many varieties of birch and poplar trees. Yes, every forest is different from the next, and each forest is unique or one of a kind. Forests are also life-giving because trees give us oxygen, and without oxygen, we could not breathe. Trees also provide us with cool shade, which gives people and animals relief from the hot sun. The shade from trees also helps to keep water cool, and the leaves of trees work to filter muddy waters. Cool, clean water is important for healthy people, animals, and fish, and trees work hard to give us both. Trees and forest are important to us all. Who lives in our forest? Forests are home to many different animals, like the animals you see here. A bobcat, chipmunk, blue jays, a bear, young deer. What other animals are at home in the forest? What kind of things can be bad for our forest and the animals that live in them? Forest fires can be started by people or lightning strikes during a storm. Heavy winds can cause young, sick, or dying trees to topple over. Litter and garbage can be bad for animals, hurting them by broken glass, sharp metal cans, and sicken them from eating rotten food that is left behind by people. Young trees and plants can be destroyed when people walk upon them. We can all help. How? By not feeding forest animals. People food is not good for them. Bread and crackers is not proper food for birds and squirrels, and hot dogs, hamburgers, or other people foods are not good for larger animals to eat either. And please do not litter. Anything you take into the forest should go out of the forest with you. Don't leave things like paper, candy wrappers, empty drink cans, plastic cups, or food behind on the forest floor. Always put garbage where it belongs, in a designated garbage can, or take it home with you. Wood is used for many things, and it takes a lot of trees to build homes, furniture, and all those other things we use each and every day, like paper, pencils, and furniture. Trees are cut down every day for these things, and forest fires, storms, and disease kill many trees each year as well. So how can we keep our forest growing? We can plant new trees. Seeds can be collected and grown directly in soil or in pots, and new trees nurtured and planted where other trees have died. Areas recently planted with baby trees, also known as seedlings, need special care. We can protect newly planted young trees and plants by asking people not to walk, play, or drive vehicles in the areas they are growing, and by placing protective barriers like fences around young plants. Otherwise, they could be easily stepped on, run over, or eaten. Deer especially like to eat young, tender plants and trees. What can you do at school, at home, or in your community to help protect and nurture the trees? Brainstorm with your team, family, and friends, and get some ideas from your local libraries, the internet, or local public agencies like the Department of Forestry or the Department of Fish and Wildlife. Hey kids, for more wonderful facts about our forest, be sure to check out these friendly websites, www.webrangers and www.smokybear.com. What kind of jobs are related to our forest? Forest rangers, fish hatchery workers, forest firefighters, timber cutters, forest plant nursery workers, fish and wildlife management, paper mills, forestry and natural resource conservationists, paper product manufacturers, furniture makers, wood carvers, genetics and biotechnology, parks, recreation and tourism, ski lodge workers, ski patrol, emergency rescuers, policy and planning. The list goes on and on. Now that you know why forests are for people and more than you had imagined, it's time to create a winning mural. Make sure your team leader submits your completed art piece to the office of the Marion Soil and Water Conservation District by 5 p.m. on Friday, April 14th. Good luck, everybody! Thank you for participating in the 2017 K-5 grade Mural Art Contest, Forest for People, More Than You Can Imagine. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact the Marion Soil and Water Conservation District, located at 338 Hawthorne Avenue Northeast in Salem, Oregon. You can call us at 503-391-9927. Our office is situated between Center and State Streets, approximately 1 mile north of the Costco Shopping Center, at the southeast corner of Hawthorne Avenue and Mission, which is Highway 22. Thank you.